What's up, guys? Alex here. I know it's been a while. I'll try to do better, upload more, but a little bit of a ranty topic today. But I just want to start off with this video and say, also, I just went to the gym, so I might be out of breath a little bit. I apologize. I just did some cardio, but I want to start this video, saying I love women, not an incel at all. But I will say that while I'm not an incel, I understand where they're coming from. So that's a thing in general, though, in life. Like, I may not agree with your stances, but I hear you out. I see where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? I do understand, and you have some good points. So, for example, I'll give you a great example of this. There's a new girl at work, and she's been hanging around a lot with a man at work, and the guy has grown to like her. Not surprising, girl hangs out, girl spends time with you a lot. You're probably gonna get at some feelings. He's even said to some people that he likes her, and she sits with him at lunch. There's some weird things there. She gave him her number, and turns out she has a boyfriend of a long time, and she's pretty much just flirting with this dude for attention. And some people would be like, well, that's modern women today, just using men, so it's just like, I kind of get where you're coming from, but you got to watch out for these things. And as I get older, I do, dating actually becomes easier for me, at least for me, because with experience, you know what to look out for and what to avoid. But that becomes into a bigger issue I'll describe, right? So I took a year off from dating. I just started dating again a couple weeks ago. And I do, use, some dating apps. I know some people don't like them, but for me, it's just easiest. I'm mostly an introvert. I do like to stay home. I can swipe and multitask while I'm at the gym, while I'm doing cardio, while I'm home watching TV with, the cat. I can just multitask. For me, that's most enjoyable. And, I do take care of myself. So to a degree, I do get success on them. I get a good amount of matches and things like that. So with experience, you kind of know like what to look out for and what to avoid. And for me, so you go out there, you get let's say you're shopping on Amazon, you have a lot of options, but they're just not doing it for you, man. It's too expensive. You're just looking, and you kind of get anxiety just looking, right? And where I'm coming from is the juice worth the squeeze, guys? You get what I'm saying? That's why for me, like, I always, at least on, dating apps or whatever, I use dating app, I will be very direct in what I'm looking for, be very direct in what I'm interested in, what I like to do with my spare time, because I would like to find somebody with similar interests, similar hobbies. I think that's very important. Looks can only get you so far. Looks are very important. They will only get you through the door. And you kind of want to align with somebody that shares not only, values, yes, but interests. For me personally, I don't travel much, so I will never vibe with someone who travels 24/7 and goes into mountains of debt. I'm just not interested in that personally. I will not get along with someone who spends, $50K on a vehicle and goes into debt. It's just not, we're just not going to vibe because I'm more careful with my money. I'm not going to vibe with someone who hates animals because I have animals. I'm not going to vibe with somebody who is very reserved and shy because I'm very opinionated. It's just these things that you either click with someone or you don't. Not to mention, I work out. Not going to vibe with someone who, to put it nicely, is overweight. It's just not going to happen. So when you get older, you take account of these things. And not only that, you know what to look out for and what to avoid. And the truth is, guys, when you go on like dating apps and honestly, I think people give, dating apps in general a hard time. It's dating in general. I think it's just people, and people are just looking for things to blame things on. But the reality is, guys, most people today are, there's something wrong with them, myself included. Emotionally damaged, not ready for anything, not just closed off. It is what it is. People today are not in a good mental health state. So when you go in a dating world, you're going to find this very, very often. And one of the main culprits of it is people who, clearly are just not emotionally available. So that's the first thing I notice. And the first thing is like, I just immediately just get rid of a match or whoever I'm talking to. If I sense, and you can sense this, any kind of, if they're not available to be emotional, if they're not vulnerable, if they're not willing to, be confident in themselves, and, it's usually a telltale sign that the person is going to waste your time. So for me, it's like, I work all day, I come home. That's what I'm saying. Is the juice worth the squeeze? I mean, I like to come home and just relax. Should I give up that time for somebody who is, not ready for anything and, just looking to talk and date 10 other dudes? Why should I give up my spare time? Why? I could rather just be home, play Xbox, go to the gym, make more money. Why should I bother? And yeah, I could hang out with these people. You might be like, Alex, you never know what could happen. I've had that motto too before, but every single time that happens, it's a waste of time, because 9 times out of 10, those people are just looking to use you for something. They just want a quick hookup. They are using you because, some other dude didn't want to talk to them, so now they're going to someone else and monkey branching. Maybe they're, and that's what I've noticed is that, this is just life in general too. It's not just dating. People just use each other for things. They'll just use you for some quick dopamine hits, emotional attachment, a quick, hookup. And the truth is, guys, most of these people online, or dating in the dating world in general, they just want sex. I mean, this is nothing new. But that is true from my experience. What I'm seeing, most, it's crazy. And honestly, and we had this conversation with somebody at my job, is that, most people today, the women specifically, are more open and sexual than men. I mean, I had a conversation with a woman a couple of days ago, and she would not stop talking about other men. She would not stop talking about, she was more open to talk about sex stuff than me. She even admitted to having an abortion randomly, and I'm just like, okay, well, thank you. I'm not gonna hang out with you. It's just, and that's also too why I usually, this isn't really going to be a dating channel, guys, but from time to time I'll talk about it because I find it interesting. I find dating fun. I do like the idea of just, getting to know someone and just hanging out with them, and especially a woman, getting some drinks. It's a fun experience. I like that. So I do from time to time like to talk about it. And one thing I always do for me personally before I hang out with somebody new is I talk to them on the phone. If they're not willing to talk on the phone, I usually will not leave the house. And the reason why I like to talk to them on the phone is, for example, exactly right there. From time to time, they will reveal something that is so retarded, you do not want to hang out with them at all. So for example, talking to someone on the phone and she admits to having an abortion or just being super, super sexual, and it's kind of turning you off as a man because there's no mystery there anymore. Would you hang out with them? Chances are most of you guys will say, no, you will not hang out with them. So, yeah, that's just my experience so far, getting some matches, hanging out with a couple people, getting to know them. But for me, it's just I'm kind of like casting my fishing rod, and I'm just chilling at home and I'm slowly reeling it in. And if something clicks, I'm not, for me too, I took a year off of dating, so I'm kind of just chilling, and I've learned really it's okay to be by myself. So if something doesn't work out, it's totally fine. It's like in The Lion King, where those animals, I forgot which animal it was, but they're just chilling in the water, and there's some birds that fly on them, and the animal's so unaffected, and he's just chilling, and the bird just flies away. He doesn't give a fuck. That's me right now. I'm just chilling. I'm just reeling, playing fishing, and if anything bites, now of course you gotta put some, sense on that lure to reel them in, but you kind of just want to chill. And that's how I see it. And, I don't know. It's been fun, but not really. Just want to give my own experience. For me, it's I'm okay with being alone, so I don't really mind. I don't need something. I'd want something. I don't need something. But for me, it's too, I don't really like this dating advice online whatsoever. Those are for other topics, but a lot of these dating advices are just wrong. I'm not a fan. I don't even know the meaning of this video at this point. I'm kind of just ranting, just giving my own experience, my own 2 takes. But for me, it just seems like most of the matches and people out there are not high quality, and they're just looking for a quick thing, a casual thing. And also, I also have noticed that women tend to be lying about having children now. I don't know if anybody has noticed that personally. I have noticed this more than a few times at this point, where women will conveniently leave out that they have children, and then later on they admit to it, and I'm just like, what? Like, why would you? I mean, if I had kids, the first thing I would put on a dating app is that I have children. And now I have caught more than a few women now lying about it, or not even lying, conveniently not including it and letting you know, which is disturbing on a lot of different levels. Let me know down below if anybody has seen that. But yeah, just for me, it's like I have not seen much quality. I'm not Chad myself, but it just seems like I'm looking for something different. I know I want something long lasting, and it just seems like most women today are of the same painting. I'll say painting, same painting. It's like I can just envision it in my head, you know, wears skimpy clothing, likes to travel, no personality, mentions the gym maybe, and just travel, Instagram, travel, and it's just like, okay, automatically not gonna hang out with you, zero interest. So let me know down below how you guys' experience is going, if you are dating, if not, yeah, just let me know. Peace.